Have you ever wondered how a woman could rule ancient Egypt, a civilization dominated by male pharaohs? Hatshepsut, the female pharaoh, defied gender norms in a society where men were traditionally leaders. Her audacious rule was revolutionary, causing kingdom-wide ripples. Let's delve into the extraordinary life of this queen who dared to defy her time's conventions. Born into the royal family of the 18th dynasty of Egypt, Hatshepsut was not an ordinary girl. From her earliest days, Hatshepsut was destined for a life of privilege and power. Her father, Thutmose I, was a revered pharaoh whose reign saw considerable expansion of the Egyptian empire. Her mother, Queen Ahmosa, was of royal lineage and held an influential position at court. Hatshepsut was their only child, an immediate testament to her unique status within the royal family. The royal court was Hatshepsut's playground. As a child, she was exposed to the intricate workings of power, observing the rituals, diplomacy, and governance that would become integral to her future rule. This early immersion in the royal court was not just an education, it was a preparation for a destiny that few could have anticipated. In her teens, Hatshepsut's life took a traditional turn. She was married to her half-brother Thutmose II, upholding the royal practice of maintaining the bloodline. As Thutmose II's queen, Hatshepsut was not merely a consort. She was a vital cog in the administration, involved in religious ceremonies and diplomatic relations. Her role was both public and influential, a testament to her intelligence and capability. Yet this was a period of her life that was marred with personal tragedy. Hatshepsut and Thutmose II had only one child, a daughter, Neferure. Their son, who would have been the heir apparent, did not survive. This loss, while deeply personal, would also have profound implications for the future of the 18th dynasty. As the queen, Hatshepsut held a unique and powerful position. She was not just the wife of the pharaoh, she was a central figure in the court, a woman of considerable influence. Yet, even in these early years, there were hints of the extraordinary path that lay ahead. Little did she know that her life was about to take a dramatic turn. When Thutmose II died, the throne was to pass to Thutmose III, a child born from a secondary wife. This was the expected course of events, yet destiny had a different path in mind. The young king was too tender in years, too green to take on the mantle of pharaoh, and so Hatshepsut, his stepmother and aunt, ascended to play a pivotal role in the governance of ancient Egypt. Hatshepsut initially was named regent, a steward to the throne until Thutmose III was of age, a role she embraced with the grace and dignity one would expect from a queen. But as time passed, her role evolved. The regent's crown felt increasingly fitting on her head, and the queen began to see a future that was far from ordinary. Gradually, Hatshepsut started to take on more responsibilities, more power and more visibility, nudging the boundaries of her regency. She was no longer content with being just the steward to the throne. She craved more. She wanted to rule, not merely manage. And so, with a boldness that was both audacious and admirable, Hatshepsut assumed the title of pharaoh. This was a role traditionally reserved for men, but Hatshepsut was not one to be bound by tradition. She shattered the glass ceiling of her time, wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, and adopting the full titulary of a pharaoh. She even had herself depicted in royal male attire, including the false beard, a symbol of Pharaoh's divine role. Her ascension to power was not without controversy. There were whispers, there were objections. But Hatshepsut stood firm. She skillfully navigated the turbulent waters of politics, silenced her critics, and solidified her position as pharaoh. Hatshepsut's rise to power was a dance between tradition and innovation, between what was expected of her and what she aspired to be. It was a testament to her courage, her ambition, and her unyielding spirit. And so Hatshepsut, the queen, became Hatshepsut, the pharaoh. A woman of extraordinary power and influence who rewrote the rules of ancient Egypt and dared to dream beyond the constraints of her time. As pharaoh, Hatshepsut proved that a woman could rule as effectively as a man, if not better. With a reign that spanned over 2 decades, Hatshepsut's time as pharaoh was marked by significant achievements that shaped ancient Egypt's history. Hatshepsut was a builder in a grand scale, commissioning hundreds of construction projects across Egypt. She was not content with just maintaining the status quo. She sought to make her mark on the landscape of Egypt, and she did so through the construction of monumental architecture. Perhaps her most famous architectural achievement is the mortuary temple of Hatshepsut, nestled in the cliffs at Deir el-Bahari. This grand temple complex stands as a testament to her ambition and vision. Under Hatshepsut, Egypt also saw military success. Though she was not known for her conquests like many pharaohs, she maintained a robust military that safeguarded Egypt's borders. She also led successful military campaigns in Nubia, Canaan, and the Sinai, ensuring Egypt's dominance in the region. But it wasn't all about grand monuments and military might. Hatshepsut's reign was also a time of prosperity and peace. Trade flourished under her rule, with goods flowing into Egypt from across the known world. She sent expeditions to the land of Punt, bringing back exotic goods like incense, myrrh, and ebony. These expeditions not only brought wealth to Egypt, but also knowledge of far-off lands. Yet, despite these achievements, Hatshepsut's reign was not without its difficulties. She faced opposition, particularly from those who questioned the legitimacy of a female pharaoh. But she navigated these challenges with skill and determination, solidifying her place as one of Egypt's most effective rulers. Egypt flourished under her rule, but her reign was not without its challenges. Hatshepsut, the female pharaoh, was a visionary leader whose reign left an indelible mark on the history of ancient Egypt. Her achievements in architecture, military campaigns, and trade have echoed through the millennia, attesting to her prowess as a ruler. Hatshepsut's death marked the end of one of the most remarkable reigns in Egyptian history. The circumstances surrounding her death remain shrouded in mystery, but it's generally believed that she passed away in her mid-50s, after a reign of about 22 years. After Hatshepsut's death, her stepson, Thutmose III, who had been waiting in the wings, assumed full power. Although initially he made no attempt to undermine her accomplishments, a few years into his reign, he embarked on a campaign to erase Hatshepsut from historical record. Statues were torn down, her images were chiseled off temple walls, and her name was scratched out from the list of pharaohs. It was as though Thutmose III wanted to extinguish the memory of Egypt's female pharaoh completely. This systematic erasure has led some historians to speculate that their relationship might have been strained, marred by power struggles and resentment. But history, like the River Nile, has a way of bringing the buried back to the surface. Fast forward to the early 20th century, when British archaeologist Howard Carter discovered her tomb in the Valley of the Kings. This discovery reignited interest in Hatshepsut and prompted a re-evaluation of her rule. Her tomb, though damaged and looted in antiquity, still held enough clues to piece together her story. Over the years, historians have painstakingly restored Hatshepsut's legacy, recognizing her as one of Egypt's most successful pharaohs. She was an efficient administrator, a visionary builder, and a peacekeeper. Her reign was marked by prosperity, trade expansion, and monumental construction projects that still stand today as a testament to her ambition and vision. Despite Thutmose III's attempts to erase her from history, Hatshepsut's legacy prevailed. She demonstrated that a woman could rule an empire as effectively as any man, and her reign set a precedent for future generations. Hatshepsut, the woman who became pharaoh, left an indelible mark on Egyptian history. Hatshepsut's story is not just about a woman's rise to power in a man's world. It is a tale of courage, persistence, and shrewd political acumen. As we've journeyed through her life, we've seen how a woman of royal blood rose to become one of Egypt's most effective pharaohs. Her reign, marked by peace, prosperity, and grand architectural feats, was a golden era for ancient Egypt. But the true power of Hatshepsut's story lies in its larger implications. It challenges preconceived notions of leadership, pushing us to reconsider what it means to be a leader. It is a powerful demonstration of how women, when given the opportunity, can lead with as much skill, if not more, than their male counterparts. It is a narrative that resonates even today, advocating for the inclusion and recognition of women in decision-making roles across all fields. Hatshepsut's reign as pharaoh is a testament to the power and potential of women in leadership roles, even in the most unlikely of circumstances. If you've enjoyed this journey through Hatshepsut's life and her inspiring story of leadership, we invite you to join us for more exciting explorations into history. Please remember to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content like this. If you found Hatshepsut's story as compelling as we did, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Let's spread the word about the power of female leadership in history and inspire more people with Hatshepsut's story. Also, to stay updated on our latest releases, hit the notification bell. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.